G'day, what's going on guys? It's me, AU Rogue, and today I have a pretty special video lined up for you guys. I was fortunate enough to play the most recent playtest of the new upcoming survival game ORMOD Directive. Today you're going to see some footage from the playtest, and at the end of the video we've also got a Q&A with the developer, Riley. My honest thoughts from the playtest are actually really good. It played extremely smooth. There weren't a great deal of bugs. Yes, obviously there were bugs. Being a playtest, that's what our role was, to find the bugs, report them, and allow the team the time to fix them before the game actually launches. Something that I really did enjoy also was the skill tree in the menu tab. That was a great addition to the game, and I actually really enjoyed using that and learning that. And also the inventory system, it's so unique. It's not something that I've ever seen in another game before, to be honest, and I really enjoyed how it worked. Yes, it could probably use some slight tweaking here and there, but all in all, it was unique to the game and I really liked it. Obviously, from the trailers of the game, a lot of people have made comparisons of Generation Zero for the mechanoids, and that does track. I mean, it was quite a challenge. Some of these mechanoids, they weren't to be taken lightly. The base building on the game was actually fantastic. There's so many different structures you can build that add a lot of variety to how you build a base. The driving in the game was actually really nice as well. At the end of the second day, we got a vehicle up and going and drove around on the server, and it handled really well. And the gunplay was great, actually. Really enjoyed the gunplay. A lot of customization for the weapons as well, and airdrops as well. Lots of airdrops coming down with all sorts of different supplies that can either help you for building, weapons, survival with food and water and that sort of stuff. So there's just one thing that I want to say before this next part. I have some things to say, and they're going to be a bit controversial, and it is likely that I'm going to get a bit of backlash from the community for this, but I just feel that I need to say this. One thing I am worried about though is I've seen a lot of suggestions in the community Discord for ORMOD, and a lot of them do seem great, but a lot of them I don't think are going to help the game much. So I'm really hoping that the developers take the time to really work through the suggestions that the community has made and try not to let it influence the game too much. I really want to see the original picture that the developers thought of when making this game, and I don't want to see that change due to a shitload of community suggestions that, honestly, I don't think they're going to really help the game that much. I think the devs need to stick true to what they wanted this game to be and then just put it out. People are always going to love and hate things, and the developers need to really stick to their guns and not be pushovers like other developers. But I don't think we're going to get that here. I spoke to Riley in depth. We had a great conversation. You guys are going to hear that soon. And he doesn't seem like the kind of dev that is just going to give everything the community wants and abandon his original idea. So I hope you guys enjoy the footage you're about to see. You're about to hear the Q&A from Riley and myself. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. I'm sure in the future there will be another Q&A with Riley, and any questions you have, we can ask.
All right, so why don't you just introduce yourself to start with for those that don't know you, and how you got onto ORMOD and what your role is.
Hey, so I am Riley Ainge, the lead developer of ORMOD Directive, new game coming to Steam.
How many members are in the team in total?
About 10.
Oh wow, okay, that's more than I thought.
Yeah, but like different things. So obviously we have a sound person, we've got our like lore design, we've got marketing, who's obviously Kate, I'm sure you talked to her, she's pretty active. And QA people and I think it's like music, stuff like that, if that makes sense. We just hit 85,000 wish lists over the weekend. I mean, we were below, I think we were at about 75,000 before the weekend started. So yeah, no, it's been going absolutely crazy.
That's excellent. So how did you get into game development in the first place?
Yeah, honestly, I've been a bit of a I've been a bit of a nerd for a while. For about 12, 13, 14, 15 years now, or something like that.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, I've worked in a few different sectors and things like that. I worked in this sort of top secret government black site kind of facility thing for a little while and some other stuff.
Yeah, okay.
Some work for Bohemia Interactive, like, you know, the Daisy guys as well.
Yep.
So I've done a whole lot of different things, a lot of different projects.
Roughly, when can we expect the next playtest? Weeks, months, or the classic dev soon?
That is the question that everybody wants to know the answer to. So I'm not going to give a specific time, but I can say it's not going to be too long. Like, we're hopefully planning within the next, or like in the next month, maximum 2 months, if that makes sense. About it. Every time I receive money, I think about, oh, okay, how am I going to spend this ORMOD? I am very confident in the game and in where it's going to go, and in that any amount of money I put in will come back, if that makes sense.
And that's, honestly, that's good to hear. And I think a lot of viewers out there are going to agree that that's good to hear. I mean, that means that you have such commitment for the game, and, you know, you believe this game can become the next Ark Raiders.
I really do, man, and I really hope it does. Yeah, no, 100%.
Is there plans for Easter eggs?
And confirm this. Some people suggested a sort of graveyard or something like that, with
Yep.
all of the playtesters from the first playtest.
I did read that.
At some point. You read that, yeah. That, I'm not sure if I confirmed or deny that in the post, but that's pretty likely going to be a thing. That's such a fun suggestion. Just something like that, just kind of a tribute to all of the playtesters from the first playtest.
It brings me into the next question.
Yep.
I have seen some pretty wild suggestions in the Discord.
There are some crazy ones.
So I'm thinking, what ideas are you actually considering? Which ones have made you go, yeah, nah, not happening?
Definitely, honestly. So we've been compiling all of them. I can just let everyone know, anyone that hears this, that every single suggestion has been compiled into just a big spreadsheet. And this is what Donut's been helping me out with, this one saying, and we're just sorting through all of them, reading every single one of them and listening to every single one of them. And I'm not gonna lie, man, like 90% of them are like gold, if that makes sense.
Yep.
There's so many really good ones. That's why I'm like, wow, I don't even know like where to start with that question. There's so many good suggestions, I'm not gonna lie. But the main things, it is this, if we want to talk about where the game's gonna go and what the main improvements are gonna be from the playtest, that's obviously the number one question that's been asked. Would you like that answer now? Because I can talk about that a little bit now if you'd like.
Yeah, absolutely.
Follow-up question that's coming later. Yeah, so
Clear the throat. Get ready, folks.
Yeah. It is, well, like, it is such a big list. So in general, the main feedback from the playtest has been people talking about the inventory system, the crafting, the UI, all of that kind of stuff. That's been by far the most commented thing that people have talked about improvements to all of those systems.
Yep.
There's been a whole lot of suggestions about different things. I think bows and crossbows likely will be coming. That's one that I've heard quite a lot. Changes to the food economy and water economy. I know people have been dying a lot to dehydration and starvation.
Absolutely. I think I counted for about 100 deaths there.
Makes sense, yeah. It was basically common for everyone. Wells are literally in development right now. I think I might have sent the last announcement. They're literally coming this week. So that's already just straight on that. So all major towns will definitely have a well in them.
Yep.
Just because people were definitely struggling to find water. I will say, this map specifically that we were playing on for the playtest was pretty dry in terms of water. Usually, I mean, there are a lot of rivers everywhere, but most of the rivers on this specific map were kind of around the edges of the map. Obviously, That's kind of just the way things go. That probably did make things a little bit harder than usual. Maybe that was a little bit of an oversight with picking the map, but also like a little bit of difficulty is good.
Of course, it's a survival game.
Yeah, 100%. And honestly, it's not meant to be an easy survival game. It's not meant to be like...
So, what's one feature that wasn't in this playtest that you're excited for people to see next time?
Things like that. Automation was quite limited for the playtest.
And will we be seeing that in the second playtest, or is that later?
Yeah, likely there will be some more automation coming in the second playtest. Again, I'm not 100% sure about full automation, if that'll all be in. I'll just have to get some more details about that pretty soon, because we're obviously just figuring some things out.
Absolutely.
Lore stuff. Definitely a bigger map, I think. I think we'll probably be playing on a big map, so we might have access to some more biomes. Obviously, as I said, we were just playing on the one biome.
So what's, for the end, like the end release of ORMOD, what's the total map size that you guys are thinking?
It's infinite, man. It's like Minecraft. It keeps going.
Wow. Okay, shit.
Yeah, in case you didn't know that, yeah, it is an infinite map. This is just one map that we're playing on, that I'm on right now. It's one map, just generated, one little spawn area, if that makes sense. Usually players don't hang around the spawn area for too long, because
Yep.
the loot there is not very good.
Wow,
As
that's
you guys
yeah. I
reminded,
was not expecting that. I honestly thought, along the lines of like DayZ, like a
Mm-mm.
sort of 10 by 10 kilometer square map, not infinite. That's
So-
wow.
And this is what I was getting at in terms of this big algorithm and the infrastructure and the all of the technical stuff being quite
Of
technical,
course.
complex.
Yeah, wow, that
That
makes
is
so
a
much
lot
more
of the
sense
reason.
now.
Yeah. So it is an infinite map. However, I will state, because obviously a lot of people have asked this, and it makes a lot of sense. For PvP servers, you likely wouldn't be playing on an infinite map. Like I would think the bigger dedicated PvP servers, you would still have a border region, like the playtest had.
Yep.
The map would probably be a bit bigger, maybe a 2 to 4 kilometer squared map.
Yep.
It could be as big or small as you like. That's the whole thing, is that the game is extremely customizable. Obviously, in the playtest, nobody had access to any of the server settings or the customization. That was all locked. And
Yep.
that is honestly one of the funnest parts of the game, is that you can just make it, say if you want to just make a world that's just completely frozen, it's just a complete tundra biome, you can do that, easy peasy, if you want to change how events work, or the trade is, or basically anything about the world. Map size and everything.
That's all the time we had today for the Q&A, but the full Q&A will be dropped shortly, and if you want to see all the unedited footage from ORMOD Directive playtest, head to Twitch, have a look at my VODs. I may also paste them up here in YouTube. If you guys want to see that, let me know in the comments below.